You've probably seen the viral headlines already. They all say the same thing in different ways. Alex Eala spotted dancing at a Bad Bunny concert just days after Wimbledon. Social media exploded with clips, reactions, and debates. Some fans celebrated seeing the Filipino tennis star enjoying herself after the biggest tournament of her career, while others questioned whether she should have been celebrating so soon after a heartbreaking defeat. But if you look beyond the headlines, you'll discover that this story was never really about a concert. It was about something much bigger, a young athlete learning how to balance success, pressure, and ordinary life while carrying the hopes of an entire nation. Just a few days before that viral moment, Alex Eala was standing on center court at Wimbledon. Although she fell short in the fourth round, her performance had already rewritten Philippine tennis history. She became the first Filipina ever to reach the round of 16 in a Grand Slam singles event, a milestone that immediately placed her among the greatest athletes her country has ever produced. The crowd rewarded her effort with a standing ovation, recognizing not just the match she had played but the remarkable journey that brought her there. When Wimbledon ended, most people assumed Alex would quietly return to training and begin preparing for the hardcourt season. Instead, she boarded a flight to Sweden, where another unforgettable moment was waiting for her. On July 10, she attended Bad Bunny's World Tour concert in Stockholm. Like thousands of other fans, she simply wanted to enjoy an evening of music before returning to the demanding schedule of professional tennis. But this wasn't just any concert. One of the tour's most recognizable features is a small wooden house built on the stage known as La Casita. It isn't just a decorative prop, it represents the idea of carrying your home and culture wherever life takes you. Throughout the tour, selected guests are invited onto this stage to experience the performance from inside that symbolic space. Among those invited that night was Alex Eala. As the music played, cameras captured her dancing naturally alongside other guests. She wasn't performing for the audience or trying to create a viral moment. She simply looked like a 21-year-old enjoying a rare night away from the pressures of elite competition. Nobody expected those few seconds of video to travel around the world within hours. Once the clips reached social media, reactions flooded every platform. Filipino fans quickly recognized her, and the discussion immediately split into two very different opinions. Some critics questioned whether an athlete who had recently experienced such a painful Wimbledon defeat should be attending concerts at all. They believed every moment after a loss should be dedicated entirely to training and preparation. Others strongly disagreed. Supporters pointed out something many people forget. Alex isn't just a professional athlete. She's also a young woman who has spent most of her life traveling, competing, and sacrificing ordinary experiences in pursuit of excellence. After months of non-stop tournaments, one evening at a concert hardly seemed unreasonable. Many fans argued that balance is an essential part of sustaining a successful career. Looking back now, that perspective appears even more convincing. Nothing about attending the concert slowed her progress. Her ranking continued to rise, her Wimbledon achievements remained intact, and preparations for the upcoming hardcourt season moved forward exactly as planned. If anything, the moment reminded people that world-class athletes are still human beings who deserve opportunities to relax and enjoy life. What made the story even more fascinating was how the video actually surfaced. A Filipina content creator named Mayumi Torrio happened to be attending the concert while vacationing in Sweden. At first, she couldn't believe what she was seeing. Alex Eala looked completely different from the image most tennis fans were used to. Instead of wearing tennis gear, she appeared in casual evening clothes, smiling and enjoying herself among the crowd. For a moment, Mayumi even wondered whether it was someone who simply resembled Alex. But as she watched more closely, she realized it really was the rising tennis star. Excited by the unexpected encounter, she began recording short videos throughout the night. Without realizing it, she was documenting what would soon become one of the most talked-about clips in Philippine sports that week. Her camera followed Alex naturally as she danced with other guests, capturing moments that felt genuine rather than staged. The following morning brought an unexpected surprise. Alex personally reached out to Mayumi through social media, politely asking if she could use some of the videos. According to Mayumi, the message didn't sound like it came from an international sports star. Instead, it felt like hearing from an old friend. She described Alex's tone as warm, humble, and approachable, the kind of conversation that immediately makes people feel comfortable. That simple interaction revealed something fans rarely get to see. Behind the rankings, headlines, and growing international fame remained the same grounded young woman who treated strangers with kindness and gratitude. It was a reminder that despite becoming one of the fastest-rising names in women's tennis, Alex hadn't lost the personality that first made people admire her. Soon afterward, Alex shared her own compilation from the concert. Rather than writing a lengthy explanation, she posted a simple caption in Spanish, reflecting the years she spent training in Spain during her development as a player. The message carried a quiet but powerful meaning about appreciating life while you have the chance. Within hours, the clip spread across tennis pages, entertainment accounts, and sports media around the world. What had begun as an ordinary evening in Stockholm suddenly became an international talking point. Yet the most remarkable part wasn't the concert itself. It was how naturally Alex balanced two completely different worlds, one as an elite athlete competing on the biggest stages in tennis, and the other as a young woman enjoying a rare moment of freedom before returning to the intense demands of professional sport. As the videos continued spreading online, Alex's journey took another unexpected turn. Less than 24 hours after dancing at the concert, she was back on a plane heading home to the Philippines. The transition was almost unbelievable. One evening she was surrounded by music fans in Stockholm, and the next she was being welcomed by supporters waiting for her arrival at Manila's International Airport. Fans gathered to congratulate her on the historic Wimbledon campaign that had captured the attention of the entire country. Flowers filled the arrival area, cameras followed her every step, and countless supporters simply wanted a chance to thank the young athlete who had inspired millions with her fearless performances on one of tennis's biggest stages. The celebrations didn't end there. Only a day later, Alex attended a formal reception at Malacañang Palace, where government officials recognized her remarkable achievements. It wasn't simply about reaching a career-high ranking or making history at Wimbledon. The event acknowledged something even larger: her role in inspiring a new generation of Filipino athletes and bringing international attention to Philippine tennis. For years, Filipino tennis had searched for a breakthrough moment capable of capturing worldwide attention. Alex's Wimbledon run finally provided that moment. Young players suddenly had proof that someone from the Philippines could compete confidently against the world's best and earn respect on tennis's biggest stages. That is why the celebration felt so emotional. It wasn't only honoring one successful tournament, it was celebrating years of sacrifice, determination, and steady improvement that had finally produced a historic breakthrough. Meanwhile, the Stockholm videos continued attracting viewers across different countries. Sports pages, entertainment websites, and tennis communities all shared the clips, introducing Alex to audiences who might never have watched one of her matches before. Ironically, the concert accomplished something statistics alone never could. It showed people another side of her personality. Fans already knew the competitor who fought for every point on center court. Now they were discovering someone relaxed, approachable, and genuinely enjoying a rare evening away from the pressure of professional competition. That authenticity made the videos resonate far beyond tennis circles. In today's sports world, athletes are often expected to appear perfect every moment of every day. Every decision is analyzed, every social media post debated, and every public appearance judged by thousands of strangers. Alex's story challenged that mindset. She proved that enjoying life doesn't automatically reduce commitment or ambition. In fact, maintaining balance may actually help athletes perform better during the demanding months of international competition. The best players understand that recovery isn't only physical. Sometimes mental relaxation is just as important. Nothing that happened after Stockholm suggested the concert had distracted her from tennis. Instead, she returned with renewed confidence and immediately shifted her focus toward the next challenge waiting on the calendar. That challenge would come in Washington, D.C., where she was scheduled to begin her North American hardcourt campaign. The tournament represented another important milestone because it marked her first official competition since the unforgettable Wimbledon run. Expectations, however, had changed dramatically. Before Wimbledon, Alex entered tournaments hopping to surprise people. Now she would arrive carrying the attention of international media, growing fan support, and the pressure that naturally comes with becoming one of the fastest-rising players on the WTA Tour. Every opponent would prepare more carefully. Every match would attract greater interest. Every victory would strengthen the belief that she belonged among the sport's elite. Yet if the past few months had demonstrated anything, it was Alex's ability to embrace challenges rather than fear them. Her rise wasn't built on one lucky tournament or one unexpected upset. It came from years of steady improvement, discipline, and confidence that continued growing with every competition. Those qualities rarely disappear overnight. Perhaps that's why so many people connected with this story. It wasn't really about Bad Bunny. It wasn't even about a viral concert clip. It was about watching someone successfully navigate two very different worlds without losing herself in either one. One moment she was competing against the world's best tennis players on center court at Wimbledon. Days later she was dancing alongside music fans in Sweden. Soon afterward she was standing before government leaders in Manila. And before long she would once again be walking onto a tennis court with racket